Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I'll be talking about Europa League Round of 16 second leg preview and prediction. So once again, there are some games that are going to be a really good one, just like Manchester United versus Milan, Slavia versus Rangers. These games are going to be a really good one. And then there are some games, it looks like those games are finished, but I still think there is going to be a lot to watch. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get to our prediction since we got a lot of matches to cover up. So Arsenal versus Olympiacos, I think this is going to be a great game to watch. Arsenal, for now, they're leading 3-1. So Olympiacos will have to score at least 3 goals in order to go through to the next round. On the other hand, for Arsenal, to be honest, they can lose this game with a scoreline of 1-0 or 2-0 and they can still go through. But to be honest, the way Arsenal are performing recently, I think it's going to be difficult for Olympiacos to beat Arsenal. To be honest, in the first leg, I thought Olympiacos are going to play much better football. But to be honest, they were making some chances, but then they didn't have the possession and they didn't have the control. So therefore, I think they lost that leg. So over here, they're going to be the away team, and I think they will have to rely on the counter-attack. So now the question is that, do they have the enough counter-attack speed and enough confident that they can score 3 goals against Arsenal? For me, it is going to be difficult. I think Arsenal will send a weaker team over here because they did have a match against Tottenham yesterday, and then they're going to have another very important game against West Ham. So I think Arsenal will be resting a lot of their players. So I think Olympiacos will give a good fight, but then I'm happy to go with Arsenal to win this game as well. I'm going to go for Arsenal 2, Olympiacos 0, and I'm going for Arsenal to qualify for Europa League quarterfinals. Dinamo Zagreb versus Tottenham. This is actually a really good game to watch, and I think it is a game on because it is only 2-0 and Dinamo Zagreb are going to play at their home. So they just have to keep a clean sheet, and I think they will be in the game. On the other hand, for Tottenham, to be honest, they just need an away goal. If they can score an away goal, it is a game over for Dinamo Zagreb. I think they'll have to score at least 4 goals in order to go through. So I think Tottenham will be looking forward to do that. To be honest, Dinamo Zagreb this season, they've been performing really well. Tottenham recently, yes, they did lose to Arsenal, but then before that, they've been playing some really good football. So I think it is going to be difficult for Dinamo Zagreb to beat Tottenham. Maybe they'll go close. Maybe they're going to win this game with a scoreline of 2-1 or 3-1 or something like that. But I think to qualify is going to be difficult. It is not impossible, but I think it's going to be difficult. And from a prediction for this game, I'm going to go for Tottenham to qualify for Europa League quarterfinals. But for this game, my prediction will be Tottenham 2, Dinamo Zagreb 1. And I think Dinamo Zagreb will give a really good fight. But then I think the speed that Tottenham do have for counter-attack, it will be a little bit too much. But it is going to be a really close game to watch, and we're going to expect some really cracking football from both of these teams. Moddy versus Granada, I think this is going to be a great game to watch because, to be honest, Moddy, they've been performing well this season. Yes, recently they lost to Granada and then they didn't have a game, so I think they'll be fresh coming into this fixture. And if you look at their game before Granada game, they actually play against Hoffenheim and they played really well against them. They scored 5 goals. So I think this team can actually score. So I think they'll just have to keep a clean sheet in order to create an upset. On the other hand, for Granada, we all know that this Spanish team, they love Europa Leagues and they love Champions League. They love to win them. So I think this season Granada will be telling themselves the similar thing. But then if you look at Granada form line and if you compare with Moddy, I think Granada do have a better form line, and Granada are coming off a 1-0 win against Real Sociedad. So you can say Granada are going to be a really difficult team to go past. Moddy will make a lot of chances. Moddy will try to go close. But I think at the end of the day, Granada will score an away goal, and I think they'll go through with that. So therefore, from a prediction, I'm actually going to go for kind of a surprise. I'm going to go for Moddy 1, Granada 1. But then in terms of qualification, I'm going to go for Granada to qualify for Europa League quarterfinals. Shakhtar versus Roma. To be honest, I'm kind of really disappointed at Shakhtar because they're 3-0 down and they'll have to score 4 goals in order to go through, or if Roma do score an away goal, they'll have to score 5 goals. So I think the task will be very big and difficult for them because there won't be fans, and Roma, they've been performing well this season. So I think it's going to be difficult. And if you look at Shakhtar last 5 games, they actually lost 3 of those games, and I think they are going through some bad time, and I think they will be eager to improve that over here and try to score some goals and go close. On the other hand, for Roma, to be honest, I feel like I'm really underestimating this team. And if you look at the last 5 fixture, they won 3 of them and lost once, and it was the recent game against Parma. So it is kind of a worrying sign, but then I still think Roma do have enough quality. Maybe Shakhtar will win this leg, and I think they will actually win this leg. I think for this game, a prediction will be Shakhtar 2, Roma 1. But then in terms of qualification, I'm still backing Roma to qualify. And I'm actually expecting a really, really good game. I think Shakhtar will dominate the possession and try to score an early goal and get some momentum. But then I think Roma will score an away goal, and that will just destroy Shakhtar fans' hope and the players' hope. So therefore, I'm going to go for Roma 1, Shakhtar 2. But then I'm still backing Roma to qualify for Europa League quarterfinals. Milan versus United. This is going to be a really, really important game, and it's going to be a really, really big game to watch because both of these teams do have a really, really rich history for winning European titles and everything. So I think both of these teams will be trying to win this leg and go more deeper in this tournament. AC Milan recently, they are not performing well. If you look at the last 9 games form line, it is not good because they only won 3 times. So it is a concerned situation for them. On the other hand, for United, they do have a very exceptional away record this season, both in Premier League and in Europa League. So you can say this team actually, when they go to away games, they are a home team because they have an exceptional away record this season. So I think it's going to be difficult for Milan to break that record. Milan will have to really, really perform well, dominate the possession, score goals in order to go through. But then if you look at United, even though United have a little bit more injury issue compared to Milan, but then I still think United do have a bigger squad and they won't have any issues with the players that are missing. So therefore, it is going to be a tight game. Milan will create chances, they'll try to do something, but I'm just backing United to go through. Maybe the scoreline will be a 2-2 draw. Maybe it is going to be a 2-1 United win, but I'm going to stick with United win. I'm going to go for United 2, Milan 1, but I'm pretty sure Milan will go really, really hard at United because this is the only trophy they can play for this season, because if you look at Serie A, it is finished for them and they don't have any Italy trophies to play for. So I think Europa League is the only trophy is available for them, and they'll try to win that. It is going to be difficult, but I think they will just fall short. I'm going to go for Milan 1, United 2, and I'm going to go for United to qualify for Europa League quarterfinals. Rangers versus Slavia. This is actually a really, really good game to watch. Slavia, obviously, they will be very disappointed at themselves because they couldn't win the home leg, because even though they did create a lot of chances and they could have easily won that game. But then unfortunately, Rangers, for them, they did play really well, and I feel like Rangers also deserve that draw. On the other hand, for Rangers, to be honest, this season at home in the Scottish League, they've been performing really well. In the last 16 games at home, they won all of them. So you can say this team at home, they are very, very hard to beat. Generally, I think Slavia will be a better team because, as I said, they have a lot of qualities. They have some really, really good individual players. But then as a team, I think Rangers will be a better team. And in terms of team quality, team overall quality, I think Rangers will be a little bit ahead. So therefore, I think Rangers will go through. And my prediction will be Rangers 3, Slavia 1. But then I won't be surprised if Slavia actually go through, because they did knock out Leicester City, who are actually third in Premier League table. So you can say this team is actually a very, very good team. They beat Leicester City at home. So therefore, I think it's a big statement. And if I'm backing Rangers to win 3-1, I still think it is a big statement, because if you look at Slavia form line, once again, they are performing exceptionally well this season. So therefore, I won't be surprised if Slavia actually surprise everyone. But then I'm going to go safe. I'm going to go for Rangers 3, Slavia 1, and Rangers to qualify. But remember, once again, Slavia is a very, very scary team. Villarreal versus Dinamo Kyiv. I think, with all the respect to Dinamo Kyiv, this game is going to be difficult for them. They'll have to score at least 3 away goals to qualify. So I think with this statement, it is going to be difficult. But then once again, we can't underestimate this team because they are leading in Ukraine League. So I think they got something to play for. But then on the other hand, I might think this team will just focus on Ukraine League because they are leading over there. So maybe they'll just be focusing on that. But then once again, I think as a spirit of the game, I think they will be trying to go for the win over here as well. But I think generally it is going to be difficult because Villarreal, they are a good team. They do have some good players, and their form line is not that good or it's not that bad. But as a La Liga team, I'll take this form line as a good form line because La Liga is a tough league. So I'm going to go for my prediction. My prediction for this game will be Villarreal to win this leg as well. I'm gonna go for Villarreal 2, Dinamo Kiev nil, and unfortunately, I think both of the Ukrainian team will be out from Europa League round of 16. Young Boys versus Ajax. This is gonna be a really tricky game because Young Boys, they are a good team. They can perform well, and I think they can also score goals. Because if you look at this team generally, they mostly do score 2 goals in every single game. So this can sum up how good this team in attack can be. And they have a lot of youngsters who are full of energy, who are like so athletics. So I think this will give them a little bit of an edge. But then if you look at Ajax once again, they are also full of youngsters. They have a lot of quality players. So therefore I think it's going to be difficult for Young Boys to turn it around. In terms of form line, Young Boys' form line recently is not that good because in the last 5 games, they actually lost once and drew 4 times, and they didn't win any game. So in terms of form line, you can say they are not going through some good time. On the other hand, for Ajax, in the last 9 games, they won 8 of them and drew once. So if you look at this, you will be saying that Ajax can lose this leg and they can let Young Boys scoring 4 goals. So therefore, from a prediction, I'm gonna back Ajax to win this leg as well. I'm gonna go for Ajax 2, Young Boys 1, and Ajax to qualify for Champions League quarterfinals. So that's the end for my Europa League round of 16 preview and prediction. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you want. And I'll see you guys soon for my Premier League predictions. So yeah,